Greetings everybody. So in this class we'll be starting with the fourth chapter, Demand, Supply and Equilibrium. It's a quite lengthy chapter. Probably I'll take 3 to 4 classes to complete this chapter. So this chapter is beginning with an example of gasoline, which we will discuss in further. So basically this chapter deals with the question like how buyers and sellers respond to changing prices of goods and services. Okay, so market. So what is a market? We know Chandni Chowk is a market, then Sarojini is a market. Again, Flipkart, Amazon, or Bumble, dating sites, everything, Tinder, everything is a market. Okay. A market is a group of economic agents who are trading a good or service plus the rules and arrangements for trading. Agricultural and industrial goods like wheat, soybeans, iron, coal are all traded in markets. A market may have a specific physical location like Chandni Chowk or maybe operated through websites or apps like Tinder and Amazon. So here we discuss as all exchanges occur voluntarily at flexible prices determined by market forces in contrast to prices fixed by the government. Here we discuss the prices fixed by market forces and the exchanges are done voluntarily. How market use prices to allocate goods and services. That is equilibrium. So much concepts we will be studying in this chapter. Prices act as a selection device that encourages trade between the sellers who can produce goods at a low cost and the buyers who place a high value on goods. That is demand and supply. Usually, if the prices are less for normal goods, if the prices are less, the quantity demanded will be high. That is the perspective of buyers, and in the perspective of sellers, if the prices are high only, they will be selling more because they just look for their optimization, right? And the buyers look for their optimization. So sellers prefer high prices, buyers prefer low prices. And in between of these two, somewhere in a point, the market price is determined. Not high but not low, and middle of these. So let's see what is a competitive market. So you know the gasoline market, okay, or any petroleum or diesel, whatever you can imagine. Here the bargaining for a better gas price won't work. So prices act as a selection device that encourages trade between the sellers who can produce goods at a low cost and buyers who place a high value on the goods. And if there are many sellers like this and many buyers like this, and a particular individual cannot make any changes by bargaining or by pleading poverty, nothing, he can bring no change in the price. If all the sellers and all buyers face the same price, the price is referred to as market price. Okay, in a perfectly competitive market, So in a perfectly competitive market, sellers all sell an identical goods or service, and any individual buyer or any individual seller isn't powerful enough on his or her own to affect the market price. Buyers and sellers are price takers. They are not price makers. They can just accept the price which is in the market. No bargaining won't work here. So even if they bargain, there is no nothing to happen with that. Buyers will bargain for a lower price and sellers will bargain for a higher price. So if any market are perfectly competitive, many markets come close. If sellers have nearly identical goods and most market participants face loads of competition, then the perfectly competitive model is a good approximation of how actual market works. In contrast of perfect competition, we have monopoly markets. Monopoly market means there will be only one seller and many buyers, so the seller can be the price maker. There are no competitors. Example, Indian Railway, then Indian Railway, then Microsoft in the software market. Okay, so next is how do buyers behave? So from now on we will be studying a particular concept of ceteris paribus. Ceteris paribus means holding everything else equal. We will be just holding, we'll be just we'll be just checking with a particular element and other all elements. It can be price, it can be taste, preference, risk, everything will be held fixed. Holding all else equal. Others will be constant, all other elements will be constant. Okay, that is ceteris paribus. So how do buyers behave? Buyers are the price takers, no bargaining works. So here we want to study a relation between price of a good and the amount of good that buyers are willing to purchase. For if imagine, so here I have given an example of pencil and the pen and quantity demanded. So in your textbook it is gasoline market, which we will be discussing in further examples, but here I have given the pen market. So if a particular pen is 10 rupees, then the quantity demanded of Ria, say person Ria, will purchase only one pen. If the same pen is having 8 rupees, this particular person will buy 2 pens. When the pen's price decreases to 6 rupees, Ria will purchase 4 pens. When the price of the pen decreases again to 4 rupees, Ria will purchase 6 pens. Then when the price of the pen is 2, Ria will purchase 8 pens, and at last if the price of pen is decreased to 1, Ria will purchase 10 pens. So as the price decreases, quantity demanded is increased. As the price is decreasing, quantity demanded is increasing. That is the relationship between price and quantity in buyer's perspective. Okay. So this particular table of giving, I have not drawn the table wise here, but this is a table. Okay, pencil rows and columns all are here. So this particular table is called as demand schedule. It plots, it reports the quantity demanded at different prices and quantity demanded respectively, holding all else equal. And this is the demand curve. So quantity demanded is the amount of a good that buyers are willing to purchase at a given price. Then demand curve plots the demand schedule. That is, it plots the quantity demanded at different prices. Okay. Here, when the pen was priced 10 rupees, only one was bought. When the pen was priced 8 rupees, 2 was bought. When the pen was priced 6, 4 are bought. When it is 4, 6 are bought. When it is 2, priced as in 2, 8 pens are bought. And at last, when the pen's price decreased to 1, 10 pens are bought. So all these points will be joined and you will get the demand curve. So the lower the price of pen becomes, more pens a consumer chooses to buy. Higher prices associated with low quantity demanded and low prices associated with high quantity demanded. Here, between these two variables of quantity demanded and price, there exists a negative slope. They are negatively related. So do they have a negative slope. Okay, they are negatively related, as when one rise, the next one will be decreasing. So they are negatively related, they have a negative slope. This is law of demand. In almost all cases, the quantity demanded rises when the price falls, holding all else equal. So that is the law of demand. And write the notes of demand curve. And economists always adopt this plotting convention of quantity demanded in x-axis and the price in y-axis. Next is willingness to pay. So I have given Chloe's example here, as in your textbook. I have given the Chloe's example. So for gasoline, price per gallon, for a gallon of gasoline, when it was $6, Chloe bought 15 barrels. 50 barrels in a year, okay. Sorry, 50 gallons, not barrels, gallons a year. When the price of a gallon was $6, Chloe bought 50 gallons of gasoline a year. When it was 5, then 4, 3, 2, 1 prices per dollar per gallon, Chloe bought 100, 150, 200, 250, 300 gallons respectively in a year. So 1 extra gallon of gasoline is called marginal gallon. Height of her demand curve is the value in dollars that Chloe places on that last gallon of gasoline. That is, if this is the demand curve we plot it like this, right? When the price is high, the quantity demanded will be less. So the first point will be here, then it will be here, then it like this it comes, right? Okay, so like that we drew the demand curve. So here it says that the height of the demand curve is the value of dollars that Chloe places on last gallon of the gasoline. This height, this is the height of the demand curve, right? This is the demand curve and this is the height of the demand curve. It is the last gallon of gasoline for which the dollars are spent by Chloe. So $6. Last gallon she is ready to spend till $6. So that is the height. Okay, that's a very interesting concept. Next, Chloe is willing to pay $4 for her 150th gallon of gasoline, with 149 gallons already at her disposal in 1 year. Chloe's willingness to pay for an additional gallon of gasoline is $4. Willingness to pay is the highest price that a buyer is willing to pay for an extra unit of a good. Willingness to pay is the highest price that a buyer is willing to pay for an extra unit of good. In contrast, Chloe is willing to pay only $3 for a marginal gallon of gasoline if she already has 199 gallons per year. Chloe's willingness to pay for an additional gallon is negatively related to the quantity she has. The more gasoline she has, less she is willing to pay for an additional gallon. Less she is willing to pay for an additional gallon. So diminishing marginal benefit. As you consume more of a good, your willingness to pay for an additional unit declines. That is, we will say the simple example of an ice cream. Imagine that an ice cream cost 10 rupees and from one ice cream you will get 5 utils. That is, util means want satisfying capacity of a commodity. The usefulness, that is termed as util. Okay, so from one ice cream you will get five utils, and after 3 or 4 ice creams, though you love ice creams very much, after 3 or 4 ice creams you will get bored. You will get done with the taste of ice cream. So again, for the fifth ice cream, you are not interested for spending at $10 again, 10 rupees. So whatever that 10 money again for the